fact or fib. You guys see if I do this equation correctly. If I do, you can put fact. If I don't, you can put fib and explain where the error is. So we're going to find the quotient of 2 and 9600ths, excuse me, and 4 or 4.0. So I know that means I have 2 and 9600ths as my dividend here, 2.96, and I'm going to divide by 4.0 just like that. So when I put 4.0, I know I can move my decimal point. I have a decimal point right here is 4.0. If I move my decimal place over here to the end of that number, then I'm just going to do the same thing over here and put my decimal point at the end right there. So now I have 296 basically divided by 40. So as I do that and I look at 40, I know that 40 cannot go into 2. And 40 does not go into 29 or 29. 40 does go into 296. And if you think about your multiples of 4, I can go all the way up. I think it's 7 times. So put a 7 right there. And I think 40 times 7, if we just double check, I think it's 280. But let's see, 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 4 is 28. So 280 should work. When I put 280, that means I have a difference basically of about 16 down here, so that should work. Do my subtraction. I just talked about the difference, but 6 minus 0 is 6. 9 minus 8 is 1, and then I've got 0 here. I still need to bring down my 0. We can't forget that I have my 0 over here, and I can still bring down to see if I can 0 this thing out. Now I have 40 into 160. So as I look at 40 into 160, if I just look at the first digit right over here, 4, and then I look at 16, 4 goes evenly into 16. It goes 4 times, and we just add that. If they're just zeros, then 40 would go into 160 the same amount of times, 4 times. So 40 times 4 is 160. And when we subtract, we should be able to 0 this thing out. So once we divide 292 and 9600ths by 4, 4.0, the answer I'm showing is 7 and 4/10 once we get it all done accurately. So watch that work I did real closely. Did I do it correctly? Fact or fib? If you think I did, just put fact. If you don't, where did you see that I found that I made an error that you found? And then you guys can list that. Go ahead.